All right, in this explainer, we're jumping into a story you might think you know, Matthew 28, but we're going to look at it a little differently. See, it's more than just a famous event, it's a masterclass in communication. We're going to see how a world-changing message got out and look at the huge difference between two approaches: open, honest connection versus fear-based control.
So let's just dive right in. The story doesn't kick off with answers. It starts with a shock, with total confusion, an empty tomb. And we're seeing this whole thing through the eyes of two women, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary. They're just showing up to perform a final, heartbreaking ritual for someone they loved. So picture this. It's super early, right after the Sabbath. The two Marys are walking to Jesus' tomb. They have a practical job to do, a really sad one, to finish the burial preparations that got cut short. They're fully expecting to find his body exactly where they left it. But instead of a quiet, somber morning, bam! Reality is literally shaken by a massive earthquake. And get this, Matthew is the only gospel writer who records this detail. This wasn't just a little rumble. This was the universe signaling that the rules of the game had just been completely changed. And then we see what caused all the commotion. An angel comes down, and he doesn't just, shove the stone aside. He rolls it back and then sits on it. I mean, think about that image for a second. The stone was supposed to be a barrier, a seal of death. And now? It's a victory seat. It's like a statement piece, declaring the entrance is wide open for everyone to see.
So now you've got two very different audiences staring at this incredible scene. You've got the toughest nails Roman guards, the symbol of worldly power, and you have the grieving women. And the way the angel communicates with them is completely different. But his message to the women? Wow. It is just a masterclass in how to connect.
First up, the guards. These are hardened, professional soldiers, the muscle of the entire Roman Empire. And yet, in the face of this, they're completely useless. They're so scared they basically just pass out gold. It's a pretty powerful way to say that earthly authority has just met something way out of its league.
But now, look at the angel's approach with the women. It's this beautiful four-step process. First, he connects with them right where they are. He says, "I see you're scared, don't be." Then, he just lays out the truth. Third, and this is so important, he says, "Don't just take my word for it. Come and see for yourself." And only after he's given them facts and evidence does he give them their mission. He walks them from terror to purpose.
And this brings up such a critical point. The stone wasn't rolled away to let Jesus out. Come on, in his resurrected state, a rock wasn't going to stop him. No, the stone was rolled away to let them in, to let us in. It's a giant open invitation. It says, "Come on in. Check the evidence." It's an act of total transparency. So from this one moment, the story splits, and the news starts to travel down two completely opposite highways. You've got one path built on connection, on sharing the truth, and another built on control, on trying to bury it.
Let's follow the women first. Their reaction is so real, isn't it? Fear and great joy, all mixed up together. Can you even imagine that feeling? And what do they do with this wild emotional cocktail? They run. Their gut instinct is to go tell someone. They've seen the proof and they simply can't keep it to themselves.
And this just lays out the central conflict perfectly. While the women are literally running to connect people with this amazing news, what are the authorities doing? They're huddled in a room, figuring out how to control the narrative. They don't investigate, they strategize. And they pull out the oldest trick in the book, bribery and misinformation, all to protect their own power.
And the official story they pay the guards to spread? Well, frankly, it falls apart if you think about it for more than 2 seconds. Tell everyone the disciples stole him while we were asleep. Hold on. If you were asleep, how would you know who did it? Not to mention that falling asleep on duty was a death sentence for a Roman soldier. The lie is built on a total absurdity.
Okay, let's get back to the women's journey. So they're running, full of this crazy mix of fear and joy, trying to deliver the angel's message, and then another encounter happens. And this one really cements that whole theme of connection over control.
Jesus himself shows up, and his first word isn't some complex theological statement. It's simple, rejoice. Or it's some translations just, hello. He meets them exactly where they are, affirms their joy, and immediately reestablishes a normal, personal connection.
Then Jesus repeats the instruction, but he makes one tiny change to the wording. And it's a huge deal. He says, "Go and tell my brethren." Now listen closely, because this is the first time he uses that specific term for his disciples, since they all, every single one of them, abandoned him when he needed them most.
That one word is just so powerful. It's a masterclass in what you might call nonviolent communication. It's all about building connection instead of blame. He doesn't lecture them, he doesn't demand an apology, he proactively repairs the relationship. By calling them brothers, he's saying, "We're good, what happened is forgiven, you are still my family." He's building the future on grace.
And it's that restored relationship, that foundation of forgiveness, that becomes the bedrock for the story's big climax, the final set of instructions known as the Great Commission.
So the disciples get to Galilee, they see Jesus, and they worship. But I absolutely love this next detail. The text just adds, "But some doubted." How honest is that? It's not trying to paint some perfect, sanitized picture. It's acknowledging that deep human reality, that even when a miracle is standing right in front of you, it can feel too good to be true.
So Jesus starts his final commission with this staggering claim: "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me." Whoa. Okay, that's not a suggestion. That's the foundation for everything that's about to come. The entire mission is built on his ultimate universal power.
And because he has all authority, the command is simple: go. And the goal isn't just to get converts, but to make disciples, to teach people and help them learn this new way of life. And the scope? It's limitless. All the nations. The mission just went global.
But here's the thing. This massive, world-changing task, it doesn't end with a command. It ends with a promise. And this is the crucial takeaway that brings our whole theme of connection right back home.
The entire chapter lays out these two models for us. You have the authorities, who use control, money, lies, power plays, and then you have Jesus and the angel, who use connection, reassurance, forgiveness, and relationship. That final promise, "I am with you always," is the ultimate connection. So it really leaves us with a question, doesn't it? Is true influence built on enforcing authority from a distance or on the power of a constant personal presence? This story makes a powerful case that it's not just a mission to accomplish, it's a relationship to be lived,